please watch tape number 1 and 2 before you watch this one. We have said that the Arabic Quran was revealed through Prophet Muhammad around 1400 years ago, for all the people in the world, regardless of their race and nationalities. Yet, the ones who call themselves Muslims, they have claimed the Quran. But, they do not read it, except those books of Hadith, Sunnah, and Sharia law, written by human devil. The Arabic Quran comes with specific sets of dietary instructions, which guarantees your protection and happiness in this life, and teaches you how to get back to our Creator in perfect security and peace. Here are some verses, which it says, follow from the nation of Abraham. The only one religion of Allah. As we read in Surah 2:130. Allah commanded Prophet Muhammad, and all the people in the world, to follow from the nation of Abraham. Otherwise we would be fooling our souls. And that is, total submission to Allah's rules. The other scriptures say the same thing. Yet, we came up with 4,200 different, fake, false, and man-made religions, all around the world. Like Judaism, Buddhism, Christianity, and this last one, called Islam. To just name a few. All of these false religions will be fade away, within the near future. The Arabic Quran consists of 114 chapters, called surah. Surah means frame, and each surah has a name, which talks about what is in the framework of that particular surah. 29 of these surahs, after Bismillah, the first verse, or yeah, starts with sets of 1 to 5 Arabic alphabets, called initials. No one knew the meaning of these initials for 1,400 years. As we read in Surah 74, named, Hidden Secret, from Ayat 29 and 30. Humans would have, on the tablets, or the billboards, or posters, or on the screens, which it says, over it, is 19. Here are those 14 sets of initials in the Arabic Quran. Ha, Mim, Ain, Sin, Gof, Ya, Sin, Ta, Ha, Aleph, Lam, Mim, Sad, Aleph, Lam, Mim, Ra, Ta, Sin, Gof, Noon, Aleph, Lam, Mim, Kaf, Ha, Ya, Ain, Sad, Ta, Sin, Mim, Aleph, Lam, Ra, and Sad. Initials Taha, Gof, Sad, and Yasin are the names of surahs as well. These initials are the 7 pairs given to us, and the great Quran, by the Almighty Allah. As you see, these initials consists of 14 Arabic alphabets. Again, 2 pairs of 7. By the Almighty's grace, we have found out in tape number 2, that number 19 has been stamped on those 14 initials in the Arabic Quran. Yet, we just have been looking at them, without counting them. That is what, over it is, 19 means. No one knew about this new revelation. Because, we have been told that, the Arabic Quran was over number 19. You want to learn the Arabic alphabets, and Arabic language. Allah repeated 12 times in the Quran, that He sent down His book, in Arabic language for people who understand, and want to use their brains. So, if you do not want to understand and use your brain, then, that would be a different story. Words has few different meanings in Hebrew, Aramaic, and Arabic languages, and Allah will inspire you with the correct meanings. Because, He is the only teacher of the Arabic Quran. If you are a person with sincere and pure heart. But, if you have a disease in your heart, Allah says, we cover their hearts, and put deafness in their ears, so they would not understand it. And when you mention your Lord in Quran alone, they turn away with hatred. Allah swears by the even, and the odd, the binary numbers, that He will allow us to build computers, and He will make computer speak, in order to tell us that we are not certain about his miracles. As in 2782, computer has spoken. And that was in 1974, when Allah, the Almighty Creator, inspired the mathematical miracles in the Arabic Quran, based on number 19, with the help of computer, to Dr. Rashad Khalifa, a chemist, scientists. The main purpose of revealing the mathematical miracles in the Arabic Quran was to purify the Quran from many distortions throughout the history. There are 50 different Arabic Quran being printed right now, all around the world, with different surah numbers, or year numbers, and different spellings. The other, main reason, for revealing the miracles in the Arabic Quran, was because Allah wanted to inform us that Surah 9 was injected with 2 satanic verses, at the end of the surah. Those 2 injected ayat will destroy the miracles of Allah, the 1,500 pages of scientific reports, based on mathematics, the exact science. In this tape, you are going to see the count of initials, Aleph, Lam, Mim. Throughout the years, spellings of the words have been changed many times. And it is very difficult to find all of those old Quranic scripts, and the way they were writing them. Especially, for the letter, Aleph, and Hamza. And we cannot deny human errors. I must tell you, that, do not trust these countings, do your own countings. If you want those initialed, ayat, to be revealed to you. If you had any difficulty, to count them, just ask any 4 or 5 years old child, to find these characters on this Arabic text. They can easily find them. This is how you are forced to learn Arabic alphabets. Remember, if you count them, they will come. Here, we see the counting of those initials in Surah 29. On the top, you see, Aleph, and standalone Hamza, in red. So they count as, Aleph, which would count, as 1. Also, a Hamza, over, an extension, which is shown, with red color, count as 1, as well. But, Hamza, written on the top of a stem, or under the stem, or on the letter, Ya, they all count, as Ya. And it is not Aleph. Then, we get to ayah number 10. Rashad counted for Aleph, as to be 25. As we see in page 207, of his chart, for Surah 29. In his book, called, Visual Presentation of the Miracle. But, it is actually 24, Aleph. But, why? First, you might think that the word, La, N, in green circle, should count, as, 1 Aleph, because of that Hamza. But, you would find the same word in other, surahs, like 7 and 12, which Rashad counted as Ya, meaning, 0. It is very easy to get confused in counting those initials, once you start to count them. Or, here, in ayah 20. Again he counted Aleph, as, to be 15. But, in this ayah, it is actually, 16 Aleph. But, why he did make a mistake. No matter how high you jump up and down, there are only 16 Aleph here. Like in ayah 23, you think that, he might have counted that Hamza over extension, as an, extra Aleph. But, look at the next ayah. He counted the same Hamza, in red color, in a correct way. You would find the same words in different ayat, which he has different countings for them. Now, why did he make so many mistakes? Let us go farther, let's just count, the letter, Aleph, in this ayah 20. Because, initials are, Aleph, Lam, Mim. And it does not say anything about, Hamza, or, the letter, Ya. Then, you would find only 14 Aleph, instead of 16. But, why? Why there are so many miscountings? And then, at the end, the total is not divisible by 19, either. But, Rashad's total was. Here are miscountings in Surah 30, and 31. Now, look at ayah 53 and 58, of Surah 30. It seems like, Rashad did not count those red-colored words. They are ayat Taylor. and Be'oryat Tehech. Yet, he counted correctly in Oryat 10, 16 and 24. But, why? If you cannot recognize those words, that means you are blind to them. Do you know why? Because, you have not learned Arabic. As you know, the lack of knowledge brings blindness. Or, in Surah 32, in Oryat 13, he did not count the Hamza, overextension. Yet, he did count the same word, in Oryat 23. It seems like, he was deliberately making mistakes. Why so many mistakes? As you saw in those surahs, the total of initials were not divisible by number 19. But, as you see here, the total of initials in all of those surahs are divisible by number 19. Just like those meme surahs. Rashad found many Qurans with Arabic text, and each one of them was printed with a different spellings. Then, finally he found that 200 years old Quran, and he thought that this one must be correct. Yet, as you see here, even that Quran did not confirm with his countings. But, why? How come he did not have the correct countings of those initials? We should be aware that he did not have any PC computers to record everything either. Because it was very difficult for him to memorize which Quran had what form of spellings. That is why he counted the letter Aleph as 1 in one surah, and 0 in other surahs. Plus, no one was helping him either. That is why you would find so many miscountings. But, why? You may go to the link below this tape, and open the initial surah, and check those initials side by side. Here is why. This was a test for humans. For those who rejected all of these signs of Allah completely, and did not care about them. And also, for those who accepted Rashad's countings, based on blind faith and idolization. That is why the counting of those initials were left with undeniable miscounting and incomplete. And that is why Rashad did not show us his counting of initial Aleph either. And, if you check those tapes and newsletters left by him, you would find out that no one asked anything about those initials, nor they have asked him to show the counting of those initials to them. This plan was divinely controlled. Think about it. If Allah would have made Rashad to count those initials correctly, then no one would care to check them, and all the humans would have followed those countings, based on blind faith, as we all have done within the past 40 years. Or, reject them, without any reasons, but just because of pure ignorance. Therefore, no one would have learned the language of the Quran, meaning, what is truly written in the Quran. Because, you must learn the Arabic language in order to count those initials. That is why 40 years respite has already been passed, and the whole world is going to suffer from disasters, and these disasters are not going to stop. As we have been killing each other every day. These are the consequences of rejecting those miracles of Allah. These tapes are for 4 billion people under the age of 41. Here is the most important point. That was how Allah wants each one of us to count and verify those initials by ourselves. And that is how we are forced to learn Allah's chosen language for His Quran. And therefore, everyone would learn the revelations of our Creator, and they would find the secret of happiness. Otherwise, Allah could have given us only the count of letter Aleph in each surah, instead of 14 different alphabets. Thank Allah for His awesome hikmah, which He is showering upon us all the time. Indeed, He is the Hakim, and the only source of knowledge. You may check all of those Aleph, Lam, Mim, surahs from the link below. The other initialed surahs will be downloaded as we go further.